Fantastic.
We're currently watching GSG versus OP on May 17th at 1:05 p.m. The match has now started, and we're going to get a chance to see
Oh,
these individuals.
start when the referee says go.
Match starting. 3,
Oh,
2,
there we go.
1. Match start. Match start. Have fun.
The match has now begun.
Timers run, and we're waiting for the opening plays. So, from the Terran Republic side, big ESF pool. In fact, I'm fairly certain everyone has gone ESF. What about the new conglomerate? Oh, we see a galaxy.
An incredible amount of ESFs are coming right now from the new conglomerate. You're looking at one almost like a good 10 versus... Oh my god, no, it looks like mosquitoes are even more. What the is happening? This is unbelievable right now, Fara.
I am watching
more
the
mosquitoes right now on the versus the new conglomerate. Is this a typical pull like you want to do in the very beginning?
Well, it's one way you can do it. So the you see how the capture point on Ziggurat is actually flipping first. So that means the TR managed to, so the NC managed to get to Ziggurat first and flip the cap. So even though the mosquitoes are all overhead bombarding the capture point, they can't push them off. And it's the galaxy that flew in and suicided. So you see there's two Maxes actually inside the capture point with heavy infantry. So they're gaining tempo right now with beacons.
Unbelievable, because right now, even though the mosquitoes did come out in large force, you're looking at a group of 6 mosquitoes. Reavers right now just pushing one mosquito at a time, and there's no more mosquitoes left except for about 3-4 left.
Well, you typically wouldn't have that. Haha, the Terran Republic's brought themselves a harasser up. That's definitely going to be useful. Thing is, the NC aren't realistically going to capture this base. This is just a tempo play. All the Terran Republic that had dropped onto Nettelmeyer, and look at Nettelmeyer, it's got population on it still. That's dead pop. They're not contributing, if that makes sense.
That makes total sense. I'm looking right now. There's 4 vanguards inside of a strategic position right now, and they're now driving up with this with the Sunder and the parking bay.
Ah, okay. So if the NC can hold on to A, build maybe 2 minutes of timer, then the NC brings up the spawn logistics, which allows them to continue the attack. I like it.
You need to be able to see the parking garage, and just outside the parking garage, for that perspective, if you're looking outside of it, there is 4 vanguards.
Which
paying
base?
attention to any vehicles. Same base we're looking at right now, the Ziggurat. 4 vanguards inside of the swamp, just to the west of the spawn, and they're waiting for any vehicles to go and harass their Sunder position. Unbelievable. Now they're actually having their infantry coming out of the Sunder, and it looks like their team is pushing in, and those vanguards were in a good strategic position to prevent any Sunders from arriving. It looks like they're just going to have to use their main spawns. GSG is now slowly coming in. Do you have a grid open? I'm going to turn on grid so I can tell you grid coordinates.
No, and we'll come back to that later for the second half. Well, anyway, as far as the capture point goes, the Terran Republic have pushed the new conglomerate. Basically, red has pushed blue off. And you see how the tempo timer, there's 50 seconds until the base is fully saved. Now, the NC's got the capture point. They get themselves a beacon, they're going to get themselves Sunder, they got vanguards outside. They even have a galaxy flying overhead, I just saw. But they don't have the capture point. Oh wait, oh, one guy got in, he's going to flip it. The reason why this is important is that if the TR gets a full save in 35 seconds, all of this becomes redundant because they have a Terran Republic at Nettelmeyer, and if they flip the point at Nettelmeyer, everybody would redeploy and then beacon in, and then the fight instantly moves base. And it doesn't matter if you've got Sunders and everything set up, there's no point fighting here anymore.
Yeah, 100% right. So in 18 seconds, you're saying right now, because you see that there's 67% pop to 33 on Nettelmeyer. They're probably already on that A point, about to resecure in 10 seconds.
Yeah, so the Terran Republic's got themselves quite a strong... Oh, it's a Liberator overhead, sorry, not a Galaxy. The Terran Republic's got themselves quite a strong control over their capture point. In terms of the population at Nettelmeyer, it is 50-50, and I'm going to zoom over to Nettelmeyer, and the capture point is flipping.
Roger that, you're right. They were already on the
point. And they even have
beacons.
So they have a beacon, and infantry's instantly dropping in. Now, this is a tempo play, because what the Terran Republic wants to make this successful is to probably drive Sunders into the capture point. But you're not going to do that immediately.
It looks like they're clearing the point right now on A point. I'm currently inside of Nettelmeyer Gardens, and they have completely cleared the point. So the NC
also came back here, but it means that we're in this sort of awkward situation right now where the TR are all at Ziggurat, the NC are all at Nettelmeyer, and you have to kind of partially defend and attack until somebody gets someone's capture point, and then you can move all your forces to that one base.
So from the situation right now, because we have vanguards in holding position right now, and you know that the Thunder is still alive, I would say GSG has the advantage. Is that correct?
Yes, and to answer the question, GSG is from Emerald and OP is from Cobalt. And OP are kind of a combination of different outfits. Just
The
to
cool
answer
thing
the
about
question,
LaneSmash is it's every single server can participate, and they are all fighting each other with their own custom teams. They can have 5 different outfits work together to make a 24-man team. This is your overall, like, I want to make the best team in LaneSmash to go against the best teams.
Someone hasn't been practicing. The TR was trying to get a Sundra into the base. It's one of the ways of going about it, but it rolled over. Okay, what's happening in Ziggurat? No, Ziggurat is well defended. You've got Mosquitoes overhead. Still Harassers kind of controlling the inside of the base. Oh, but the NC are back as purely infantry. Harasser trying to block the door. NC is on the capture point.
It's amazing. There's a Liberator right now, and he was trying to slow down Nettlemaler Gardens, and it looks like they're taking the point, and they put down the spawn beacon right here. PSB 00777777 TR.
It's not going to work.
He's now holding
too late.
They have 3. Oh, he's too late.
Yeah,
the
because
got capped. Oh
yeah,
my god.
the NC were here. Yeah. So the NC came in with a drop and a beacon. They got themselves a partial squad in. They're on the capture point. They've got beacons on the outside. They do not have spawn Sundra, as best I can tell. Oh wait, they do. It's a stealth Sundra inside the southern garage.
Yes. I should have said southern garage. I apologize. Oh, you can't see that because you're in TR.
I'm TR, which is
so
why I'm
sorry.
making you NC.
This whole time I've been wondering, like, why can't you see this?
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
double TR harassers on the I mean, there's no way I can see the NC holding on to this, so it's kind of like a stalemate-ish at the moment.
So use 30-second buffer timing so they can actually identify the next push. That makes total sense.
Right, so 30 seconds until the save. This could theoretically work in favor of the TR, because what you could do is you could suck in the population of the NC, you know, GSG, and then while they're all here and the timer gets fully saved, you could then dump all your population back to Nettlemar if you have someone there flipping with the beacon again. So the NC will know that this base is about to be fully saved in 10 seconds. So GSG is probably going to have someone on Netterbal defending. Like, it's 3-1. So there's 3 infantry and probably 1 NC on Nettelmire right now. And the base is saved again.
It looks like they finally have an air-to-ground pounder right now because the rest of their Mosquitoes are setting up for air-to-air. Their ground pounder has just showed up for the Mosquito. He's now focusing the Harasser. Harasser is now going down.
So the TR
Nettelmire is already being pushed. Oh my god.
This is where the whole fighting by the NC now is kind of irrelevant because there's a beacon and there's 3 infantry, possibly 4, on the Alpha capture point. It's a small hold, tenuous, but the NC has to redeploy and come back and push this off. It now moves the tempo into favor of the TR, and if they can build up a minute or 2, the entire TR should leave Ziggurat entirely and just come straight to Nettelmar, because if you can move your entire force here, then you're basically building tempo on this base.
Nice. Looks like their air pounders are coming back in.
The Liberator landed. The Liberator landed outside for the NC.
He landed outside. He's not. Oh, is he trying to repair it? What is he trying to do? He's using infantry.
Yeah, infantry. Thing is, the problem.
Wouldn't the Liberator be more powerful?
Yeah,
oh no! The Liberator just flipped.
Oh, he's flipping back. He's flipping back.
He has 1 HP though. He's not gonna be able to repair in time.
Combat medic threw a C4 on it as well. Now, what I was saying is the problem with the capture point at Nettelmar Gardens is that it's hyper exposed on 4 sides. It's really, really difficult as an only infantry to hold this, which is why I was saying if you can cheese in 3 or 4 Sundras, you basically block all the doors, you have lots of proxy rip, and you force the attackers, the defenders in this case, the blue team, to use lots of consumables to blow it up. So mine, C4, whatever, and you're wasting nanites. Is kind of one way of it.
My question is right now, if you have if you don't have drifter jets or you do not have the right jump jets to go up, I'm looking at Rapid right now trying to use his jump jet.
The double TR beacons on the top of the trees, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get rid of it. He's not going to be able to do it with his light assault class that he has. He has to redo his class. He tried.
Take a Valkyrie. Valkyrie's cheap. Fly up there, go and kill it.
There it is. That's a good idea. I was looking for the strategy that you'd actually try to do. And there's the beacon that Rapid was trying to remove.
Okay, so Nettelmar's fully saved. The TR does have a Sundra in place to get spawn logistics, but if we go back to Ziggurat, it's been flipped. There's 4 NC on Ziggurat. So the entire fight now moves back to the Ziggurat. In terms of spawn logistics, the Vanguards are still here. The Stealth Sundra is still in the garage, still here. And the TR is having the harder time of actually moving up assets in terms of vehicles.
Very true, very true. It looks like they're redeploying right now to the southern side. They're now
he's
taking
trying
the
to
jump pad.
AV mine. AV mines on the stuff. No! So the engineer put down 2 AV mines, and now they're being disassembled by the engineer. But that's a lot of nana. It's just wasted there. They didn't get off.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
They
back to the
grenade
capture
time, huh?
point. The entire TR force has had to redeploy. Their ESFs overhead firing with their anti-infantry or anti-ground nose guns. We got a harasser kind of hovering around as well. Although there's an NC harasser also zooming around. Are we gonna have a harasser off?
No. It looks like we're having harasser off. OK Champ is now going one-on-one against 078 from DR.
Oh, wow, that was nice driving how he gets up there. Now I know how to do it.
Oh no, here comes the C4 from 777.
Rock light heaviest. Oh, gonna get some road kills?
He got the road kill.
But the Terran Republic has got the capture point back. The gate diffuser? What? On the harasser? Okay. I mean, it looks shiny.
It's to help to prevent it from taking collision damage, right?
Oh, okay. If you say so, I defer to your judgment.
That's what they told me to use it for. It's like anytime you're going to take collision damage, you can run into a wall full speed, not worrying about any taking collision damage. So use gate diffuser.
Well, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it's just all the people that try the
Ziggurat's
tactics.
full saved. What's happening at Nelmar? And it's flipping again.
Are you kidding me?
TR have now, they still got the
my
spawn
God.
Sundra. Neither team has killed off the other team's spawn Sundra. You have those vanguards sitting outside Ziggurat, which could theoretically go a little bit south and kill off the TR spawn option. Now, the NC's really fast here, and they've got the capture point back.
The worst part about this map on Austin is now it's going dark. You're not going to be able to see anything.
Well, at least there's
so
no
the
playing
point-
against the VS.
Oh, I know, Jesus. Is there a spawn thunder at Niddlemeyer?
Yes, North Sundra
Nice.
Garage is a TR. Well, I say that. Obviously, I'm giving away anyone on the enemy team watching. we can't have a
that's very
30-minute
true, we
delay.
can't.
Well, at least, but you can
You're
suspect.
100% right, yeah.
I mean, if you're NC, you're not stupid. They're obviously all coming in. You can watch the mini-map and you can see where they're coming from. You can figure it out.
So the biggest thing I'm actually paying attention to in LaneSmash right now is that it's going to be a 40-minute match in compared to Outfit Wars that's constantly moving. They do not have anything hidden longer than 3 minutes. This is going to be a one-lane smash the entire match. So this information can actually be very detrimental.
It is, yeah, it can be very helpful.
Man,
Now,
I
TR
think that's
are trying to hold. See, this is probably the longest the TR have kind of held onto the capture point right now with the spawn options, and they basically kind of split into two sides. The NC population, if there is any at Ziggurat, is all dead pop, and they probably still, or they're leaving now, but they probably still had about 8-9 people there. And
So, Fara, if you're with Force Command right now for the NC and you're right now noticing that they're actually pushing into you, would you actually assign one person to go find Thunder?
if I have my Vanguard force, I think it's important to clean off everything. Clean up the, yeah, well, even a harasser can do it, to be honest, from a distance. One person's probably enough, because if you kill off the spawn options, this ends. And I'd probably still have that same person getting rid of the beacons on the roof.
It looks like OK Champ has just taken down and ran over 2 or 3 players right now for the TR. Completely shutting down that Thunder movement.
Yeah. The thing is, the NC were doing good. They had the outside, but I think this is where raw gunplay comes into it. Now, to be fair, the defenders, the NC, can also spawn a Sundra and can also drive said Sundra into this base. And that gives you a huge
Cobalt Sundays, and then make it so where after you C4, they have to use a lot of nanites just to take it out.
You blockade, proxy rep, get a 2 or 3 of them. Maybe you get bulldogs and you just splash in it. Maybe you just drive in and then you reverse to try and get some road kills. Or maybe you get a stealth deploy Sundra. The point I'm just trying to get at is that there are more force multipliers that you can use, and you can leave the Sundra there, because it doesn't despawn for 20 minutes if you're not in it, and then redeploy back to your vehicle and then reuse it if they've got the cap point behind you. It's like,
this is unbelievable right now because I'm actually paying attention to what A point is right now. They're still holding on, and there's got to be something that's slowing down the entire NC team. There is a fight happening to the eastern side, right where their main spawn is. They're having to basically deal with the CR inside of that base. They cannot go through them. Wouldn't you take the teleporters and just completely ignore the eastern side and come from the other side?
Did you know about the secret hole on the top of this capture point?
Secret hole?
If you watch my stream about now, you'll probably see it.
Okay. Well, it's about 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll see a secret hole.
If you're light assault, you can hide there, is all I'm getting at.
Oh my god. Inside of the base?
No, yeah, well, if you... I don't know if it's still on stream or I can show later. I can show you another time, but the stream's
No, no worries. I'm looking in right now. It's inside, you're saying, right? Oh my god, I see the hole. And you can just hide inside of there and constantly pop out
as a light assault and then come out when you choose.
And that means you can keep taking the point a million times over.
Yeah, and then beacon and everything. Anyway, the thing is, the NC maybe didn't listen to me, but they got themselves
15 seconds, it looks like they're taking the point right now. They're holding on. That
NC
point is now
with the harasser.
stop.
And it's brutal. The beacons, though, are gone. So the external, the NC got control. Yeah. And then if I'm right by saying, I think the spawn logistics have also been wiped off, so there's no Sunderer. No, it's been cleaned off. So the harassers outside were also done, like you were suggesting. So, but this isn't over for the TR. TR now has 3.5 minutes, just like we're talking in the pregame, where they do not need to defend the Ziggurat, period, at all. They can assemble a ground strike force, they can assemble airstrike, they can come back with a mosquito overhead, which they just did. And he's dropping. And is he going to drop a beacon? The Reaver is
there's
flipping.
Still somebody hidden. There's still somebody hidden in here. It's constantly flipping the point.
Well, see the TR... See, the Reavers overhead are trying to get them, but the TR have basically ESF dropped, and if you're looking at the top of the tree, I can see this, and they're putting down beacons. Now, the Reavers right now are trying to pick this off. Yeah, they're basically nose-gunning this stuff. And the entire NC force is here, but I'm not super thrilled.
Oh my god, he just rammed into everything inside the southern spawn. That's that harasser. But he didn't really get any kills on that one because they had plenty of medics.
So the Sunderer deployed on the north side. Yeah. On the north
side.
The south.
Deployed on the south side is right now having their entire team. The TR is right now pushing up.
I'm not a big of a fan of this play because you've got an established infantry army defending their own capture
And it looks like they're bringing a Galaxy to drop from the northern side. That Galaxy is 762, and I don't know if they have their players yet. They have to die and respawn into that Galaxy in time. I don't know if that's a good idea either. And they're dropping their players right now. Only 3 players were able to jump out. They did not have enough respawn timing on it. It's not enough.
So the TR here still have an advantage of 2 minutes, right? But what do you notice? Is TR all infantry, whereas the NC are using the Reavers. The NC are using the harassers. NC has the external ground control. Imagine if it was the TR that had harassers right now in on the capture point, roving around like a mad menace. They probably would have got the cap. And the thing is, they got themselves almost 4 minutes of time to basically have all 24 people air pool or ground pool or a mixed combined arms pool to come back to the space, absolutely hit it with a sledgehammer with everything they've got, and then get set up on the capture point and then hold it before it gets fully saved. If you can get back to the capture point with about 30 seconds left before it gets fully saved, but you've got 3 or 4 Sunderers, or you have the complete ground control, you've got the complete air control, it means the next attack, which is only 3.5 minutes now, is so much more powerful than just pure infantry, because you have all these multipliers to help you out. That's not happening right now. So now there's 60 seconds, all the TR's dead, all their Sunderers gone, and it's going to go back to a stalemate, where now you're going to have the NC that's going to attack the TR base, and the TR uses the defender advantage.
But my question right now is, this is a complete stalemate, and if this continues happening, no teams get any points, and it goes to round 2, and then if nobody gets any points for round 2, they go to round 3. Is that correct?
I don't think there's anything. I think it just stays as a draw. I don't know if there's
round
a sudden
1
death.
is over, and then they basically restart it, and they do round 2 with 2 different sides.
Yeah, so one was
so when it goes to draw, how does the point system work from there?
That is a very good question, and we will ask the referees, because I can't remember the answer to that.
I just know it. I just thought that was like an interesting thing happening, because these two teams are
they're very
so far
matched.
the TR is an advantage because they had brought it down, the timer down to 15 seconds based on holding of the point, but right now it looks very equal.
So some of the NC are beginning to kind of position to get an edge on Ziggurat. Harassers here being a nuisance again.
Looks like they lost their Sunder right now. Ascendance and Jaybird and 32 from PSB was just about to put down their Sunder right as the Mosquito and 2 players C4'd it. Right now, we're currently watching back at the ziggurat. There is one harasser, the two harassers now on the A point, running around. OK Champ is now running away, and Mosquito has now destroyed it. Nice job.
So the TR, you can see they've come back. They're doing the save. NC's fully saved Nettlemire. There's a Galaxy overhead with proxy rep. Wow,
oh my god, their infantry are on the floor. Laser Menace and Ali's 37 Regal. Number 104 from the NC are running. 5 infantry are just running to the point. Are they going to use spawn beacons? Is this only one team spawn beacon?
Be, yeah.
This isn't going to only help out 12 players. The reason why I'm saying that is so 12 players are connected to one spawn beacon. The other team is another 12. They will not be able to assist.
That's really easy. You just go to platoon and you shift someone from one squad to the next.
Ah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Thank you for that. So platoon lead. There it is. There's our spawn beacon. It looks like these 4 individuals are moving up, and they have one more player. I don't know where he left. He was here.
While that's going on, has it been counterflip? Nope. So you've got defenders on Nettlemire. I definitely think Ziggurat's the harder base to take because it's more exposed by air, and you can't get Sunders onto the capture point itself, but you can get harassers, which we've obviously seen so far. Oh man, that nose gun for the Mosquito was brutal.
Wait a second. Nettlemire has already been taken, and you have teammates right now at Ziggurat. Oh my god, I was watching the Ziggurat this whole time. They have 5 guys, 6 guys over here.
Oh, Nettlemire flipped, you're right. So the entire NC push at Ziggurat was pointless because you're right, Nettlemire. Entire TR forces here again. Pure infantry though.
Yeah. And that's what I was just basically trying to question and thinking like, hey, how do you determine? So you were saying that you can actually push a Sunder into Nettlemire Gardens, is that correct?
Yes. So I'm going to show this on camera.
Wouldn't you say that the best thing would be is to put a Sunder in there with 2 other players and then just use a couple of Thunders?
This tree here, which we're showing in my stream. Alternatively, the other way to get up is over here to the south. You can drive up this staircase here. You can actually clip over this banister system and go in, and then you can reverse up, and that way you can get Sunders from the north or south. Then you drive the Sunder through into the base area, and then the main entrance is as we come in here in my stream now, and you can get around the capture point 2 or 3 Sunders. They can jostle back and forth, use their main gun, and they can also block the door entrances as well. Or they can just run outside, and you can stay outside the tree, and you can basically do sort of a wagon wheel where you go around in circles, spamming anything that comes near you. That's how I would capture the base.
Makes total sense.
And, okay, so the Terran Republic has themselves a stealth Sunder by the staircase on the north side, and they've got extras. They have a secondary Sunder set up further to the east, and they've got a third Sunder looking for a home, but the capture point's 35 seconds, so that's fully capped for the NC. And does the NC have some? Yes, they've got more population on the Ziggurat, so the TR has about 25 seconds to get on the capture point, otherwise this whole fight's going to flip all over again to Ziggurat.
Hey, it looks like they're going to be taking it. Right now we got 763. He's already on the point, thanks to his losing of his shields. They're about to take the A point back. 22-second hold. They're on the point with 3 guys. They're going to have to drop their vehicles again and come back inside.
The NC harassers, I can see them on the minimap briefly. They're hunting.
They're hunting the people on the outside. They're taking out the Sunder all the way on the east side. Northeast side, just north of the spawn. They're using that as a decoy, in my opinion, to slow them down.
The amount of Reavers using air hammer, though, is just brutal.
When you say it's brutal, it's a good idea, right, to use it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because there's no... oh my goodness, look at the spawn Sunder. The Reaver's there on the south side, and he's just air hammering, absolutely massacring.
Yeah, this is tough.
And there's no friendly air. Like, if I was attacking the base, would it not be better to have 3 Mosquitoes rather than 3 Reavers bearing down on you? I mean... Obviously it would, you know, it's kind of a...
But one of the questions I have right now is that if you know that the enemy has Reavers, would you go to area error, or would you actually focus on...
It depends whether or not
the North Sunder just went down. The North Sunder for the TR has just went down. That was our last spawn. Now they have to use spawn beacons.
Yeah, the thing is, there's no... I don't see the TR holding this. I mean, the NC base have taken their time. They've used their external forces to kill off the spawn logistics. Now it's just squad beacons. So long as they continue to control the outskirts with their small harassers, one big concerted push by the NC will push the TR off. But it's
I don't know right now. The TR has overcommitted onto the A point. They do not have any force multipliers.
Yeah, there'll be
force
24
multipliers
people.
are defined as basically bringing any vehicles to take advantage of this A point. They have just infantry on the A point. that's going to have to force the entire NC team to come in, because every time you kill a player, because of the coverage that you get on A, you can actually revive all day.
The nature of this base is that if you come outside, you have to come outside if you want to put down beacons. But if you come outside, you're hyper exposed to reavers and crossfire from the infantry. So if you stay inside on the A point, that's great. You're safe from vehicles and you're safe from air, but you're basically fish in a barrel, waiting to get killed.
There we go. They had to throw an EMP grenade just to get rid of that spawn beacon. It was just on top of that eastern building. That's how much work the Airhammer and the players had to do. And there's no more spawn beacons for the TR. If they actually drop one now, this is their chance. But it looks like
Fury Harasser's inside as well, and he's just splashing. Now, so when it comes to a base capture, right? Typically, if it's a 4-minute base capture, the first 2 minutes are free.
You got this, buddy. Good luck to you all.
Yes. So what I mean by that is that the first 2 minutes are easy. The first 2 minutes, you can go in, you can sit up, you can infantry like the TR is doing now. That's easy. It's the second 2 minutes that are brutally hard. That's where you have to... So you need to hold back. You need to defend at depth, or you need to have like a Sunder or a Harasser. And you can wagon wheel it in the beginning, but ultimately you need to conserve that strength. You need to wait to the last 2 minutes. And
just
when you
under 15 minutes remaining. Just under 15 minutes remaining.
Makes total sense. I was using, when I said that earlier, I was using proxy voice chat, because then somebody said, is Fara or Archie here? And I said, like, we're right here. You got this, buddy. So I used proxy chat to tell him that. That's so funny.
Well, yeah. So just to finish that thought, last 2 minutes, use everything that you've saved onto, and then you can take the base. And it's the same when you're fighting on live server. I don't know if you notice, Archie. When you attack a base and you're winning, that's fine, because you have population. But it's the last 2 minutes you have to assume you're going to be outpopped. 60 to 40, 70 to 30. What are you going to do in that last 2 minutes? How are you going to hold off 70% population? And that's a LaneSmash tactic as well as a normal live server, and that's why the first 2 minutes are priceless, because it gives you time to set up for that inevitable crash coming in. Or in this case, basically getting absolutely everything hit you in the last 2 minutes, because they get desperate. And when you get desperate, you start wasting resources, grenades, consumables, mines, and maybe in a long drawn-out match, that can work in your favor if you bleed the enemy out, because we don't know necessarily right now, between the TR and the NC, who has consumed more resources, because you might get to the end of the game where you can just go, okay, everyone go all out, buy everything, because the enemy team can't respond.
So right now you're noticing that these the TR were trying to push again at Nettlemeyer Gardens, just south of it at the entrance, and they've been shut down by the Airhammer, and they brought mosquitoes to shut down the enemy air. And mosquitoes are now showing up, are trying to shut down the enemy air. They're having an air battle right now at the southern point. They have brought mosquitoes to take out all of their air hammers, and their air hammers are going to be having a harder time, unless if they are really good at air, to use close range fights.
Still two harassers racing around, getting rid of any spawn option, like hard spawn option. And this is where, if you have a Sundra, you don't need to have a deployed Sundra. To be honest, the deployed Sundra is probably bad, because you're not using his guns, because you have to stay outside the no deploy field, and it's typically, if you've got everyone on the capture point, by itself. Whereas if you have a Sundra that you have driven onto the capture point, not only can you use its guns and assist your team in body block, you can squad spawn. So it does the squatting system just fine anyway.
Makes total sense. Yeah, I agree. The air has stopped fighting each other down the south. I was paying attention to that to see who's going to win the air over, and that would have been a huge change in the fight in the north. And it looks like they have taken the point. Is that correct?
On Ziggurat, it's still TR.
None of the points have been taken.
It's
everyone back to the Ziggurat. They don't have another option to go down to Nettlemeyer Gardens. They've cleared everything. In this situation, how do you proceed? You just drop a mosquito and go and put a spawn beacon and just push down south again?
I guess. I mean, at this point, it's kind of being repetitive. If I'm TR, get rid of the Sunder, which we're looking at on my screen right now, which is the north garage of Ziggurat. That's the spawn option. You need to clean that off. And then you can go for A. Or alternatively, you can go for a really smart play where you leave the Sunder up, you try and suck in as much NC as possible. I want to keep ground control right now, so I like the fact that the TR are pulling more harassers of their own. Never mind. Get a bit of ground control, push up. If I want to attack Nettlemeyer, I need to have the time to get the vehicles into the central area. So I need to have a couple of people, maybe keep the fight at Ziggurat, and then bring some stealth Sunders or proxy rep, drive them off the edge of the map, and then drive them into Nettlemeyer. I don't know, It's difficult right now.
It looks like the North Garage is going to have a fight right now. It's at 50% HP. It has not been repaired by anybody for them to see.
Full gal drop on the roof.
Full ground drop on the roof for... Oh, okay, I see right now. The Ziggurat is right now having a fight on the A point. There's also a fight happening on the Thunder right now.
Most of the NC just got wiped though. They're still alive. Using medics, rising up. NC Sunder is still up. Harasser's assisting. Oh, that...
They're still inside. They still own the point right now. 3 guys have been clearing off the point with shotguns. Now they're inside with 5 players inside the 8 point of the Ziggurat.
Moved to the NC as well.
Oh my God. There's a ton of air control. At least 4 of them are in the sky, taking advantage of rocket pods.
Well, the beacon's been taken
Unbelievable
out
what's happening right now.
But they've got a hard point in terms of the Sunder. Doesn't look like that Sunder's going to die anytime soon. They've got the ability to run up. They've got the harassers outside harassing. They've got the Air Force on the top. This is the strongest attack yet by GSG for Ziggurat.
This is incredible because they have about 5 air to ground, and then their players are stuck at the northern building just at the 8 point.
They're holding in.
They're bunkering down. They have about 12 guys right now. That's 1 squad. The other 12 are probably pulling out vehicles, and they're thinking of a counter. So I believe they're going to be pulling out the aircraft. So let's get a chance to see what the sky looks like in just a second here. Fara, what's your viewpoint? Look at the air.
I'm not seeing anything bombarded right now. Oh, the spawn rooms have they're using the anti-air turrets, and they're kind of, well, the Reavers are focusing on the anti-air turret, and I see 4 or 5 Reavers in the sky. I do not see any mosquitoes. We have complete control of the capture point by GSG, and the tier, oh my goodness. Rocket pod spam by the Reavers.
Oh, that one. Because I can't see your screen, so I'm like wondering, what did you see?
It's just, it's murder. The thing is, the TR at their own base can't get to the upper plateau, let alone the capture building itself.
And the reason for that is because of the air army. And so in this situation, if you're the TR, what is your strategy to get remove this? Would you guys pull air? Would you go pull Burster Maxes? Would you get vehicles like Sunders again, basically
Burster
have
Max
Rangers
is
on top?
really expensive. To be honest, if I would like to have maybe 1 proxy rep get a Sunder.
They have cleared them off the point. 8 point has been cleared. The entire infantry timed it, and they went inside and they cleared them off the point. 8 point has not been cleared. There's 1 minute and 53 seconds on the timer.
Well, therein lies also the issue, isn't it? If you have like 5 or 6 guys in the air and the TR manages to get all 24, you're going to have that population advantage, aren't you, if you go for the cap? Exactly,
and it looks like they are using their air army, and they're not using it to ground pound. There's got to be something in the sky that's preventing them from ground pounding.
Oh,
it's because of that Burster Max. That Burster Max is preventing it. Or no, it's actually that turret. The anti-aircraft turret is slowing them down from ground pounding.
Well, the NC, right, so they've built themselves up about a 2.5 minute sort of tempo lead. So the TR's got the capture point, and it's going to take a minute 20 to get a full save. So the NC has a minute 20 where they don't need to defend Nettelmar, so they can come back, come fresh air or ground vehicles, or just defend their Sunder. I don't think that's necessarily the best play. A Galaxy redropping the cap might work. So another thing I want to
if we're looking at percentage right now, 65 to 33, there is not enough NC there, and that means the NC is now pulling from another location. What are they? Are they just arrived?
No, they just dropped on the roof. Yeah. Well, they're getting wiped off. I think because the tier's too established, but I have a sneaky suspicion, if I'll say this, if I was to talk about this lane in generalities, I would say that the Ziggurat is the harder base to attack.
I think so too. The reason because they have not only exposed that they cannot have air hammer because it's 2 free. They have 2 free bursters on the entire point, and they can actually shut down from any angle by taking advantage of the bursters.
The spawn rooms have really good lines of fire with anti-air, even though the Reavers are just basically harming everything. You can't use harassers
as soon as they go down, you have to have 1 player literally the whole time watching that air. And look at that. This engineer shows up and starts repairing it.
But if you have the better Air Force, you can basically fly around on the edge and then kill anything off. And if you've got the Air Force right now, you can hover and then shoot down the garages, the Sunder garages. So if you were a Reaver right now, and this was you're getting rid of enemy Sunders inside the Sunder garage, you would just hover and rocket pod it. So it's like these Reavers are based. Okay, they're being slightly flacked. Okay, he died, but it's such a nuisance. Okay, the TR's going to probably make a save here. So this match looks really close, Archie, but I have a sneaky suspicion that GSG is the superior team, because we can see that they have the better ground control with the vehicles, or at least that's their tactic, and we can see that they're continuing to make use of their aircraft, and they're getting
That's
air
very
control.
true. They have one burster max, like I described earlier. They're bringing it out. It's like air hammered right now. It's at 50%, almost 70% HP right now. And it's pulling that. They use this that cost a ton of resources. They're pulling that resource because they have nothing. And it's going to get ran over. Oh my God. That harasser is going to kill it from the north end. That max unit is so close to going down.
Oh,
it's inside the building now, the northern base. Dude, that is incredible driving right there. And it's about to get taken down by an entire TR force. And that max unit, that burster max, is still available. 39 seconds to be able to re-secure this entire point.
Galaxy.
And they have dropped the Galaxy and everything's
they all
dead.
died!
Holy
I think he rammed the thing. I think he was trying to come in too low. It was a TK on everyone.
Oh my God.
And he blew up and brought the kill.
Oh my God.
It's fine. So
F in chat for that.
This is a complete save for the TR. But thing is, I think GSG are going to have a much easier time as the attackers when the lanes flip, when this ends in 4 minutes. When the NC has to attack Nettlemar, I think they're going to do much better.
Oh, I see what you mean. So that means they'll have more of an opportunity to actually pull the entire.
This is going to be a draw, but honestly, North has the advantage here, and they're not making the use of it. So you could call it home field advantage, whatever you want, but I feel the North has the advantage in this map because attacking Nettlemar is easier than going for Ziggurat. So when it flips and GSG has a go, I think GSG is going to have a much easier time attacking Nettlemar, and the TR are barely going to get a foot in at Ziggurat. Now, I'll eat my own words if they prove me otherwise, but that's how I feel.
So I'm watching the max unit for the TR using Gorgons. Why is he using fractures? Why isn't he using pounders? Are those banned?
I don't know about bans.
Okay, because I've just never seen the TR max ever use Gorgons.
He's kind of fallen off. Well, you need to.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he is so dead.
He's completely dead. He just
so
ran
dead.
over. And it looks like 10% HP, and it's GG.
That's 459 nights. He's not getting back. But while this is going on, No, they haven't counter pushed. The NC Galaxy is now watching the entrance. With the Reaver, yeah, okay, so there might have been some people at Nettlemar, but look how much the NC have locked down. TR, they don't really have anything here. NC is using their vehicles and their
It's game over. It's completely game over.
So
they can't take the point.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes 30. So
they're using this time to go and talk to each other and talk about strategy and actually identifying all the things that they actually went through.
Another important thing to do right now is to stop using consumables, to stop spooling stuff, to regenerate your resources, because there's a short interim period where you regenerate your nanite count. So stop. But
don't they give you enough time? Don't they give you enough time to give a full reset to everybody?
Possibly, I think that's possible with the timer. But even if they didn't, if there's no way of any basis flip or anything like that, I just stop and just say, all right, everyone chill.
100%, you're right. Yeah, exactly. There's no point. I'm just saying, like, if they give you exactly 15 minutes to reset some 150 nanites, it doesn't matter. It's just have fun. And try to take some advantage of some tactics, like, hey, go pull your air and try to see if you can go land on that top of the tree or something.
Right. I mean, the thing is, TR also needs to decide, okay, we didn't take.
Oh my God! Wait, I take it back. Oh, it's what's the timer? I can't tell. They just took over right now down south at Nettlemar.
It's 3 minutes, so they're never.
It's not enough time.
Yeah,
they're never gonna catch it because your timer is 1 minute delayed. So I don't actually know the real timer. So
the real timer is 1 minute 30.
Okay, got it. 1 minute 30. It's not even possible.
No,
it's GG.
No.
This was raw.
Yes.
Because on your screen, I was like, oh my God, they might have it.
No. Thing is, if you are NC right now, GSG, I think, okay, I'm feeling actually pretty confident. We kept air control for the most part. We kept ground control for the most part. You know, I feel our infantry play was good because we were able to push them off capture points, you know, with combined arms. And attacking this base will be easier as NC when they come back. If I'm TR, I'm a little bit concerned because we couldn't get this base and now we're expected to take the Ziggurat. So the best thing TR I can think, that being OP, is play for a draw. I don't think they'll get the Ziggurat because they won't have the logistics because the Sunder spawns are slightly more exposed from long range fire. And you can't get as much cheese into the capture point, not that we saw that anyway. So it's like, I from what I've seen, I find it hard to think TR is going to pull this off. I don't think OP is going to come here and do this.
I think this is a complete draw. It's over.
Yeah, so
but they're just
everyone's chill.
utilizing, they're just chilling, they're just shooting each other, and they're just trying to talk about it. Typically, in this situation, when you know it's 100% draw, I would like to see a complete stop and end. But again, I don't know what the rules are for PSP. I would like to.
In this scenario, if the base can't be captured within the
Right.
timer, then either you
It needs
play
to be
to the end of
completely
time
ended
or
because
you end. Yeah.
everybody wants to have a tournament edition. Everybody wants to feel that. But in basketball and any other gaming system, you always have an opportunity to come back. So unless they can actually create, hey, wherever your timer ends, that would be really cool. Does that make sense?
People, that is game. Or when he's first half done,
What do you think about
leave the continent and don't come back until we tell you to.
Okay, so we're gonna zoom away from the lane a little bit here, and then so what I want to talk about is there was actually, if I go to Esimir, there was actually, where is it? Okay. I want you to go to Esimir right now on your map. Okay.
Esimir.
Yes, look at Esimir on your map. Okay. Now look at Isa Tech Pan. I'm gonna tell you a story here that you may or may not know.
Looking right at it.
Okay. Now, do you see the multi-point base beneath it? To go 2 bases down on the Isotech line, what's it called? Begins with a W.
Waterston's Redemption.
Okay, now look at Isotech plant again and go 2 to the left. What does it show you?
Isa Southern, you say 2 to the left.
Isa Mining, left of Isa Mining operation. What's it called?
Pale Canyon Chemical.
Okay, no, above that. Matherson's Triumph.
Matherson's Triumph, yeah. That
so you have Waterson's Redemption and Matherson's Triumph, okay?
Yeah.
Back when Planetside had more servers for regions, there were 2 East Coast servers. One was called Waterson, and the other one was called Matheson. And when but bear with me here, when the populations were slightly reduced, and they thought, okay, let's merge them because we had that explosion of players, and now the player numbers have dropped as they normally do in a game. We're going to have we had been doing Server Smash, so they had an event on the PTS where they asked PSB to host server smashes between the rival East Coast and European servers to fight for the name. There's a reason Cobalt is called Cobalt. That's because Cobalt won their game. There's a reason Miller is called Miller, because they won their game against their rival, which are now long dead in history. So Emerald was actually Waterson and Matheson, and PSB had a win condition where, rather than waiting for the timer to run out, and this game was super close, if a base was still in contention, you would fight it out until the base ends, either a full cap or a full save.
Okay, that's what I want. Is there a possibility we can get that again?
But what happened was that it was super close, and I think Matheson only needed to save or defend. I can't remember that, it's a little bit blurry, but basically both Matheson and Waterson were under attack, and Waterson managed to save.
Everybody can rejoin the continent.
What was originally known as the Octagon, which is Waterson's Redemption. That's why the devs renamed Octagon to Waterson's Redemption, because they saved the base. But then on Matheson's Triumph, it was, I can't remember what its original name was, but that was a Waterson base, and Matheson was fighting over it. But you have to understand, this wasn't 240 and 240. This ballooned into 300 or something. So you had over 700 people on Waterson's Redemption because it was the closest timer. And then the entire population then moved to Matheson. So you had over 700 people fighting on Matheson's Triumph, and it was a base that belonged to Waterson, but then Matheson took it, which is why the base is known as Matheson's Triumph.
God.
But because of the way that the scoring system was so weird, and we didn't know how it went on, and we couldn't count it right, there was uncertainty with the refs at the time from PSP who had won. It was unknown. So that's why Higby just said, whatever, we'll just call it Emerald. And boom, that's how Emerald was born. But they renamed the bases, though, to keep it.
That is so awesome. I was wondering why the hell the Octagon switched to Matheson's or Waterson's. I couldn't tell which one was which every time I called a point. That's awesome. I love the history behind it. I'll forever know it now. That is unbelievable. Matheson's Triumph. Were you on Matheson's or Waterson's?
I casted it. No, I was casting on... It's guys...
What's your main server, I'm saying?
I'm on Miller, so I'm a Miller player, right?
Oh, got it. So, always Miller has been here. He's never merged anywhere, right?
No, Miller fought. I can't remember exactly who, but they won their game. But obviously, because they've got the name. But what I would say is, if you go to the Planetside Battles YouTube, right, there is a playlist of every single server smash. Now, some of them are like not there, and some of them had kind of copyright strikes and all that nonsense, but ultimately the vast majority of the 70 of them were there. And if you look at the early ones, like under the first 20, you will find the server smashes where they fought for the name. And if you look for Watterson, Ruther, Matheson, you will find it. It is there. It caused so much drama. You look up yourself. But obviously do that after this LaneSmash is over. Don't leave now.
No, yeah, exactly. So I have a question for you right now. There's a, let's go back to the main base if you don't mind to talk about the Ziggurat and the overall strategy and why the north push is more powerful than the south push. If you want to just give them an overview about what that means. And as far as how LaneSmash works, we have switched. That means the NC was just down south. They were just holding on the Mulak and Mulak Foundry and Nettlemire Gardens. Now there's a reversal now. The NC will now own Zot's Biolab, Zot's Agriculture, and the Ziggurat. And they're going to be pushing down south to Nettlemire Gardens. Vice versa, TR will be pushing up north to Ziggurat. And then vice versa, those three specific bases. So it's a 3 bases versus 3 base. The way you get a point, just to confirm if this is true or not, if I fully take over the Ziggurat and then the TR takes it back, do I lose my point? Or do I get to hold on to my points?
You actually both get a point. Taking a base gives you a point. Losing a base
doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you take the base again on Ziggurat and they take the base back on Ziggurat. It's 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point.
No. It's so if I take Ziggurat, I get a point. If you then come back and take Ziggurat back off of me, you get a point. If I then retake Ziggurat, I get another point. So it's 2-1.
Got it. Okay.
So
I just want to make sure. Yeah. So that's where all the point system is designed. Got it. So now I understand the point structure. I thought it was like 1 point maximum whoever takes a Ziggurat, but the NC does not get a point because it's their base originally.
Yeah,
so now I understand.
Yeah. So to answer your question, the reason why it's hard to attack the Ziggurat is because the Sunder options personally are more exposed, and those are on the west side. And as I look at the map, they can be attacked from the flat, from the distance. There's like clear line of sight, and aircraft can also hover down and see it quite easily as well. The base itself, other than kind of trees off to the edges, there's no central kind of line of sight cover, so air has a much harder time staying over the point. Plus, the double capture rooms can approach from either side, and they have really clear lines of fire for anti-air. The central area cannot get Sunderers up next to the capture point. It's more exposed up or above, and you can only get harassers to kind of race around. So the run time also from the garages is longer, and this is all with respect to Nettlemire. So all in all, it is a harder base to attack. Now, GST did try hard, but it's a difficult base to take. If we go and have a
restarts in 1 minute time.
Oh shit! Okay.
The second half starts in 1 minute.
Alright, I'm going to be very, very quick. So when it comes to Nettlemire, the Sunder garages are much closer. You can cheese Sunders in the inner circle. It's much more secluded. You've got a central tree, making it harder for air to kind of... It's easier for air to hide behind the tree from the spawn rooms. You can get vehicles on the inner center. You can spawn into those vehicles, and it becomes more of a grind of infantry only. It's much easier to take Nettlemire. Okay, boom. Let's get ready.
Well said. And at the same time, that center tree has so much capacity to have one person harass, putting spawn beacons or 2 people for both squads.
Beacons right
on the top will make you have to basically drop 1 person out of the fight in the middle of a fight. That means you'll have the opportunity during downtime to drop your beacons on top of Nettlemire, and then during the fight you have 24 during the actual fight of the team that wants to go and to remove those spawn beacons. They lost a player, and so that's why it's an incredible advantage having.
Chat tells us that it was known as Esamir Munitions Corp. That's Matherson's triumph.
Game starts in 10
seconds. Oh my god,
Esamir!
That's why Okay, got it now. Oh. Munitions Corp. That name. Good times.
5.
That's a 60-minute
4,
delay
3,
on that chat.
2,
Sorry about that, guys.
1.
That is, we will be responding to you guys. 60 minutes in delay.
Okay, timer has started. 40 minutes. Here we go. The tier originally did a big air pool, and they are
There's a huge air pool for the Mosquito side, and there's a huge air pool right now for the NC side, and they're about to meet in the middle right now in seconds. And here they come. They're clashing in, and they have AA. They're going straight into AA. They have not taken over those AA turrets. They're fighting right over the Ziggurat.
Got Ziggurat first. We saw Baylor go into the Ziggurat, although I'm not watching.
Yeah, he has completely bailed, but they're not fighting inside. They have just shut him down. Laser has now been killed by air to ground. They're trying to move inside. It looks like they have Kiki. Kiki is inside, but was also reviving a teammate, 37. Kiki is now trying to take down the medic, and they have security. 3 people are holding the 8.4, the Ziggurat right now for the NC.
The Reavers have the high ground, so Kenobi. But it's like multiple layers within layers. It's hard to say who has the advantage right now in terms of
CSG is bringing right now on the main road 4 Vanguards. I repeat, 4 Vanguards are coming down the main road over to the Ziggurat.
Same as the original on the first half.
Same exact pull, same exact movement. Let's see how it's going. They have Rangers on top. Rangers are being used to help reduce the damage, reduce the Air Force. Rangers are.
I don't know. I mean, the Mosquitoes are quite high up now. As far as the capture points going on, I'm assuming the Terran Republic's on Ziggurat. Let's have a look.
Yeah, 3 Rangers being used right now, and you have OK Champ right now using his main gun on the entire eastern side of Ziggurat A point. He's going around looking for Sunders. His job is to look for Sunders.
Flipped. So there's no point in Ziggurat. The Nightlmar was flipped. That's why they couldn't get it. So back on the NC at Nightlmar. And yeah, so it's kind of like reversal of the first half now.
I swear.
TR are pushing them off the capture point. They had a Mosquito just being a nuisance. It looks like the TR's air blob has won the air battle for the time being, or is just basically holding their own.
The TR has their air battle. I thought that was
up high.
NC. The NC currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sorry.
Error right now.
We just had an air collision. 2 Mosquitoes bumped into each other.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. As far as the Mosquitoes,
I just saw some beacons basically being dropped. Hold on. Okay, it looks like they're right now dropping beacons. There's 2 beacons right now on top of the Ziggurat, but Nettlemeyer has 12 seconds. 12 seconds to resecure it. Those 2 beacons are going to drop all their teammates, and it looks like Elway, Regal.
It depends whether or not they have TR has people on Ziggurat, which not really. They're at number 21.
They don't have anybody now. Yeah. They just had their 2 beacons just get destroyed. They were all in the middle of a restart queue, and looks like they just dropped their players a little bit delayed. Basher just clicked on it.
Is that a Galaxy coming in by the NC onto Ziggurat? I do believe it is.
These Vanguards are slowly pushing down the lane. You're noticing that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they have a Galaxy. They have their entire Air Force and armor ball.
You know that the Galaxy can hide in the foliage of the tree.
Very, very true. But it just is no chance for any of the air for the TR to come over. There's only 2 Mosquitoes left, and they have a total of 6 aircraft for GSG, just hounding and hunting Mosquitoes right now.
So the TR has actually 2 Lightnings who have just discovered the Vanguard to the north.
Oh my God.
This is going to be interesting. 4 Vanguards. Tally ho! Let's go, gentlemen.
And they're down. They're focus firing that 1 Vanguard. That Vanguard has to leave.
The AV turret has been taken out, yep. So now it's a case of taking turns, taking front, using your Vanguard shield. And the Lightning is trying to buy time. And it's just a matter of a few moments until the Vanguards are controlling the ground. This is not what the TR didn't do this the first round out. This is why I think the NC are going to have this. In terms of the capture points, Ziggurat isn't flipped, although they're trying. I can see there's a TR harasser. The NC are pushing up ground control with the Vanguards. Oh, this 1 Vanguard going super close. Yeah, he gets the Lightning. But they've also brought a Sunder up. And they don't have the capture point yet, but it's 20 seconds.
The main spawn option right now is in a great position. They have their Galaxy constantly dropping players from the top. That means they can use spawn beacons at the very, very top. They should be using their spawn beacons already here at the Nettlemeyer. I don't know why I haven't dropped their spawn beacons yet.
TR gets a full save in 10 seconds. And 10 seconds, do they have... I think they do. Yeah, they have somebody on the capture point. They've got 3 people on the cap point with a harasser at Ziggurat. So if the TR makes a save here, they're going to flip all of this, and the NC setup is going to be meaningless.
Let me know if they're taking the base up north. I'm right now still looking at Nettlemeyer.
Yep, they flipped it.
It looks like they flipped it, yep. They flipped it. They're inside the A point right now. How many people do they have right here?
Harasser and a couple of infantry.
It looks like a total of 5 infantry are here at the A point. Rapid is going to have to deal 2-on-1. Rapid goes down. They're taking jump pads. Trying to rush in. 1 line assault's not going to do anything.
Yeah, but the tactics being used right now by OP are basically in all infantry, squad beacons, hold the capture point as long as possible.
Do you think that's a good idea to not use resources for a little bit and then use resources after you remove the resources?
Not really, because you're not really forcing the enemy to consume resources to take it back. So
I see. Okay.
The thing is, what TR is doing is a stall tactic. It's never going to capture the base, and it means that they're basically playing for a draw, intentionally or otherwise. Whereas it's the NC's use of multipliers and vehicles and ground control and sunders, which means they still have to beat the defender's advantage.
They just lost one of their vanguards. They have just lost one of their vanguards. There is a Mosquito that came right in, and they have rockets. They're all focusing there at Nettlemeyer, just north of it. They are using as much power as they possibly can to lock on to these vehicles to shut them down. 50% HP on one of the vanguards. If they take out a second vanguard, that's going to be very useful. And they're not going to be able to take it. Everything's
they're
fine.
backing off, but Nettlemeyer is saved? Yeah, it must be saved. Yeah, 10 seconds. Okay. And then they'll probably have to leave at least... Oh, hello. What's that TR doing down there?
They do have a max unit right here. Just north. They're moving right into that Sunder. That max unit just lost this engineer. And it's going to go down right now with Rapid running around circles, just trying to shoot him down in the chest. With the repair, oh my god.
So the TR are trying to use... and it kind of worked. They used a harasser, and then both the gunner and the driver had beacons for the two separate squads, and then they managed to drop in a couple of people before they lost their beacons. So the
point is now being flipped.
Oh well, there you go. That's that.
Nettlemeyer Gardens is now being flipped.
So the TR OP have actually brought up spawn options, but as you say, Nettlemeyer has been flipped.
Yep, I was watching Nettlemeyer's entire fight, and they do not have any spawn beacons on the tree. 0 spawn beacons on the tree.
They have a Galaxy? Oh, they have a Liberator, sorry. Liberator and Air.
Yeah, they needed that Sunder. They needed that Galaxy to drop them at the rooftop.
Oh, but they have this... Oh, so the NC has a deployed Sunder? Yeah, they do. They got a Sunder on the north garage.
8 point is now being flipped into the TR favor.
So
13 seconds for the complete flip.
13 seconds, yeah.
But it looks like the fight's still happening inside Nettlemeyer. There's still players, the NC players are right now shutting down TR players. There's just like an equal fight, 50-50 right now inside.
How many TR
and now it looks like there's
Ziggurat?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 NC players right now on Nettlemeyer. They've stopped the point.
Look at the population. Look at the population of Ziggurat. Look how much TR expected this count to go through. 60%.
60 to 40,
More
and
than
this is
a
going to be
squad.
terrible. Ziggurat is not going to be saved.
They have to... Well,
they have to go back.
They have to leave their Sunders behind, so hopefully they stay. But yeah, they're all going to have to come back, because there's just too many NC now on the capture point.
There's 10 players, 10, 11 players right now on the floor for 8 point. For NC at Nettlemeyer Gardens. Maxun is coming in by himself. Not a good idea. By himself, this is going to get focus fired. If the entire team GSG decides to go south, max unit, this is where you will lose a 450 nanite max unit. And it's down. It is completely removed. Oh my. Should have pushed with his entire team. Max units would have taken advantage of that extra HP.
So, right now, the NC Vanguards have got complete control
TR is now
of
being pushing into the point, and they've removed him. There's no more NC on the point.
But they've got themselves a minute of time to get this thing. So what I like is that the NC has ground control, and they even have air control now with their, look at the audaciousness of the Liberators and the Reavers. They don't have to worry as much as they did on the previous round. And they have the Vanguards that are patrolling around the base more easily, zipping around under the underbridges. This is be a perfect time to bring that cheese up into the center.
So in this situation, would you use this Liberator to go and take out the west vehicle base? So when you know it's repaired, somebody's thinking about taking a vehicle.
That no, absolutely. We can see one of the V bases down. That would be a good idea. Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's like that way. It's a kind of map awareness for me that I would go and take out vehicle bays, and as soon as I see there's a vehicle bay that Mulak Foundry been repaired, I know they had to take a vehicle out. That's my indicator that there's a vehicle until my vanguards will go and force it.
Oh, now the NC have taken over the capture point again, and they have
a max unit on the point. They have a max control on the point with scatter. Oh, there's Gorgons. Why the hell is it? I don't get. You have to teach me about Gorgons. What the hell is it?
I was hoping you would teach me.
I'm getting angry. Like, why
Chat,
are they using an NC?
Why Gorgons? Tell me why.
It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen any Gorgons on the main server.
They might be a ruling that says no anti-infantry weaponry. So the Gorgons are the next best option.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like I'm getting frustrated.
There
like,
used to be a rule
really
in
dumb.
Smashes. So there were some like gentlemen's agreements where they were like no this, no that, and when it was no anti-infantry weaponry, then the Gorgon is the next best thing. That's what I remember. Oh, this is bad. I mean, like, 3 minutes to go. NC are fully set up. They don't have any pressure at the moment. They're hiding in all the nooks and crannies. See how they're not.
Here comes the max unit to the west side. They're about to push inside. Here comes a small push for the TR. They're about to move into the A point, and then here comes C4 delivering pizza, taking out their engineer, and they're going to lose their 4-man team.
Oh, the max goes down.
And the max unit goes down. Max unit for the TR has just went down.
He's gonna res.
It's getting a res. Oh my god, they did not do a force push on the west side. Completely eradicating. If they moved everybody to the west side, that would have shut down that small push, but they're getting attacked from all sides. The NC has to focus from all angles. This is getting incredibly difficult, and they have now full coverage over that max unit. That max unit has to get a revive again.
See, the TR, they're kind of like, I'm going to attack from the north now. Now I'm going to attack from the south. Now it's going to be the west. It doesn't feel like it's all at the same time. Oh, wow. And this is what I'm deeming about desperation.
They lost their medic.
3 maxes are incoming from the western, where
they took that much resources?
Yeah, but the thing is, you're desperate, right? Because you're 2 minutes, you can't force it. So you use resources. And if the NC keeps doing this, the TR can't obviously keep afford doing this. So they're getting ready for a big push, and if I'm NC right now, I would be begging for air cover or ground cover or some sort of sunder or whatnot.
And they locked down. Here comes this guy. He's just standing by. He's locked down, trying to take as much as he possibly can, and he's going to get taken out by a rocket.
That only works if you've got like 3 engineers backing you up.
That's very true, and here comes the pizza delivery. This is going to be an official takeover in 1 minute and 20 seconds if the TR do not have any control. This is a very, very desperate. I can feel right now the problem with the TR right now is they do not have infantry available because of the ground pounders. And they have light assaults going around harassing players. Light assaults are directly killing medics. That's all they're going for. Those light assaults just went straight for their medics.
I mean, that was a lot of nanites that just happened there. There were a lot of C4, there were a lot of pizza
and they have taken it. TR has now... Oh my god, that's not true.
It's not yet.
There's still a fight happening on the A point. Elway is using his shield so it resists some damage coming his way, and now he's taken out. And there's another max unit from Laser. Laser is now standing by, holding the point, holding his medics. Again. Medics are now reviving the max unit. Oh my god, they're gonna have full control over it. That medic, if he gets up that second max unit, that's gonna be huge.
The NC
that max unit is getting revived.
So the NC Sunderer to the north was never killed. And this is the difference between the first round and the second round. There's no mosquitoes harassing the resupply, the reinforcements coming in. It's all infantry from the defenders trying to get back to the capture point, and it's just not working.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be pushing the button in the next 30 seconds, by the way. At the 30-second mark, I'm going to go crazy. They have 40 seconds left to take the point.
Okay, so you see the stream of infantry.
CSG?
TR's coming in forward, but they don't have the maxes anymore. They don't have the resources.
Ladies and gentlemen, 30 seconds remaining. Your shellcaster, Fara, and I have been waiting for this moment. What the hell's happening with 20 seconds? Is the TR going to do anything
on the max, a little bit of health. If ever you were going to run in, it's now.
Unbelievable!
Oh, the max is down. Oh, but the second max is still up. Rest need by the TR. No, TR got it.
TR has stopped at 11 seconds remaining. They had to push the point, and they have
the max is gonna.
They have cleared
watch the max
point.
in the center.
Spotted due to the implant system, and that was not enough. Unbelievable. Here comes another push. They pulled more max units. CSG is not going to stop this tonight. They're moving in all the way.
Well, they have 3.5 minutes to crush this. The TR needs to send some people, 1 or 2, to kill that Sunderer. The reason the NC can max,
destroyed, just like Fara just said, that has to be destroyed.
But they can't. The Vanguards are protecting it
because these air pounders, GR Chronic in the sky, and these guys from the entire south side, OK Champ and 0098C and C for Vanguards are harassing anything that is being pulled. Unbelievable amount of movement is slowly pushing onto the point. You're noticing that it's been cleared. That line, that defensive line has been cleared. They have 1 max unit to the west side and 1 max unit to the east side. Max unit is asking for repairs. Laser is asking for repairs. 0040 NC is right now repairing him. What's going on with the TR? The TR, it looks like Basher, RE.
They're rallying outside the tree, and it's just, this is where the resources comes into play. You start using 4 or 5 C4 grenades, that's it, you're out of resources, period. You pull 1 max, you can't pull a second one. So this is where the grinding, the efficiency comes into play.
There's no quit in a TR, soldier.
Conk grenades, constant stream of conk grenades are going off as well. Explosive, and the NC has it. And this is not a 4-minute base cap, Archie. It's a 1-minute base cap. What do you do with 1 minute? You're desperate.
You push the button at 30 seconds. That's what you do. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is insane. I don't really know if there's a chance for the TR to come back in this situation.
No,
this was an amazing fight for the two of them.
NC's
because the only way they can come back is if they go and bring ground pounders. But it looks like the TR is coming in again from the south and in the eastern side directions. Can they hold? They're about to lose their max unit, and they have lost it. NC has lost their max unit, and they right now have a repair user right now. That max unit, the second one, is still alive. They need to get that medic on top of that max unit.
I don't know if it was intentional or otherwise, but I like the way that GST possibly held that max back and then used it when the first one went down. But I think the
Wait a second. Laser has just killed every infantry on the point with those Gorgons. Laser has been just completely destructive in this entire matchup.
The tier has a quicker run time. And
Ladies and gentlemen, Laser just went down. That MVP of tonight. That guy just took out 10 people on his own.
But look at the reinforcements for the NC. They're not being harassed. It's the Reavers that are absolutely harassing the TR.
Oh my god, those Reavers, you're super right. We're looking at the sky. Jaybird is in the sky right now with GR Chronic just harassing the entire zone. You're looking at Rapid as well. The light assault that's running around just harassing inside the building. And now he's down thanks to 0763 TR for a PSV.
A break. They're being ground out here. It all comes down to ground and air control. You know, OP just never had it. And then the one Vanguard and the two Reavers, all it takes for the NC to keep ground and air control, which means it keeps the Sunder safe, which means a constant reinforcements of NC coming out, going for the capture point, and the TR just, they're so desperate on the cap timer, they can't afford to send 3-4 people to clear the air, to clear the ground, to kill the Sunder, because they just don't have the time.
Do you think it's over this time? Because last time it was at a minute, now it's at 50 seconds. They just flipped it again. I think this is officially...
If not this time, they will get it before, because we've got 22 minutes left of this game. They are getting this base. Every time they get closer. And the tier gets more and more desperate.
Why would they leave Vanguard to the south side? Is it because they think that the vehicles will be pulled to the south side?
Well, it might be abandoned. There might be no one in it.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was confused about that. I was like sitting here wondering why would you put them to the south side?
No, so the TR's Interesting. Again. This is...
Oh, I understand why the south side. There is a Vanguard on top on the south side bombarding, using his cannon, focus firing onto the A point.
Oh, nice, nice. I like it. That's great. Wow, the other Vanguards were just abandoned.
Those ones are abandoned. I thought they were all abandoned until I went to go check. He is utilizing this vehicle right here.
He's firing on the max.
And he's poking at the max unit. And he's holding down.
Oh, the max lockdown!
No!
Don't! Oh, he's so close.
Oh, that was so close. 1 HP left. Like 10%. Oh, that was insane. I don't think that max unit had a clue that there's a Vanguard focusing.
Oh. Dude,
and a one shot to 065 TR. That TR user has no clue that there's a Vanguard hidden in those bushes.
I am guilty of this myself, as playing a Prowler is like an over-armored sniper. that's what it is.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
oh, my God, and there's some C4 attached to him. He almost got taken out, but thankfully he had an opportunity to look around him. 0760 TR is right now trying to focus fire. 018 NC, the sniper for...
Oh, Galaxy, what?
Wait, there's a Galaxy now. We have Galaxy play. Galaxy is now in play. I hope they have put their players with a spawn beacon on top of those little...
Well, maybe they just want to use it as a massive health sink and then use the Bulldogs.
Totally understand. I just don't know why they won't have those 2 spawn beacons on the top. It can always be utilized. It makes them have to use resources to go and take it out, right?
Yeah. That is
well,
you maybe just don't have time to do it or something, or because like
oh, I got it. Okay.
Go up and the Galaxy could have done it or something, but okay. So the NC's got another max. They're kind of being set back though, because even if they flip the capture point now,
the A point is not being flipped in the NC's favor. They're going on to the A point right now. They're having an incredible fight. That max unit 032 is the reason why they can get those revives up. Those revive grenades are more effective because of 032's HP pool.
So he's reloading, he backs up. He doesn't have an engineer yet.
Yeah, this is dangerous though. That engineer is running to his
Thank you.
No, as a medic.
A vehicle in the capture point.
Finally,
that's
this is
what
exactly
I
what Fara is looking for. Now they have to use Oh, this is awesome. This
With
is the
a
force
cobalt.
multiplier that, yeah, this is exactly
Well,
the force multiplier that Fara
it's not a
loves the most
Sunder,
about.
but it's something. He needs
If
an
it was
engineer.
a Sunder, don't you think a Sunder can be pulled at this moment where they have plenty of air control? Why would they use a Sunder at this point?
Well, it might just be too tricky, or maybe the developers have changed the map so that you can't get a Sunder up here. I mean, I've not actually tried
got
it.
it. They haven't practiced it, you're saying.
They either haven't practiced it, not aware of it, or the map has been changed. The Harasser.
They're losing that Harasser to the south. That Harasser is going to go down. It hasn't gone down yet.
No, he's still getting some
Why
wrecks.
is it not being focused? It's reloaded. He should be taking it out now. There it is. It's completely out.
I would have tried to hide it and then try and
I know.
It. Or maybe an engineer grenade and AoE rip. Oh, pizza delivery on the max. He died before he could trigger it. Oh, but it goes off anyway.
Oh my god. A point with 1 minute 52 seconds remaining. This has been an incredible journey we're watching here tonight with about 19 minutes and 30 seconds. That actually no, it's 18 minutes and 30 seconds because I have a 1 minute delay.
Okay, so oh, and another harasser kind of going on.
They brought more and more max units for the TR. They have a Gorgon max right now for the TR on the A point. And now they're pushing to the south end side. They have vanguards ready to display and support the south end side. The north vanguard has been no, it has not been destroyed. There is one player inside of that Sunder position.
I think this TR is trying to blow it up.
He's trying to, but he can't because of
the Spitfire and he doesn't have the weaponry.
Repairing it, and that Spitfire turret is becoming the pain in his.
Lightning's on the north. Oh, sorry, the south. Taking care of the.
Right now we got Elway Regal is going after that light assault, looking for him. Yeah, it looks like Elway Regal has taken him out. I repeat, Regal has taken out that player, and it looks like that shield is now being repaired. My question to you right now is, wouldn't you go and turn into? Oh my God, this Spitfire turret is the MVP of tonight. That Spitfire turret is going to take out that light assault. Oh God, insane amount of damage coming in. Looks like Elway Regal has to switch to medic. Oh, nice job. He's taking them out. They have to switch to engineer to start repairing that. There we go. They're repairing the northern.
This is okay. The bloodbath continues. The South Sunder was taken out. The TR have actually started contesting the ground. They got double lightnings, AP lightnings, and they're working together as a team. I can see that they're thinking about maybe going round because they know that the other Sunder must be to the north.
They have to know, exactly. They have their light assaults calling it out already for them. They have plenty of intel. They said, I did not take out that Sunder. The only problem is that they're going to the A point. They should not be going to the A point. They should be taking out that northern Sunder more than anything else in the world to help them reduce the time response, because it's spawn beacons are 15 seconds after a redeploy. In this matchup, you will do /suicide, and you will turn that into a macro on your actual key. You will not be pushing redeploy anymore. So if you need to get onto a spawn beacon, it's 15 seconds automatically to get to a spawn, while it's instant for a Sunder. Is that correct?
I haven't done that in a while. Maybe, yeah, probably, but you have
got to get you and I to play the game again. I haven't played for a while as well.
I've never had to suicide because I lead, which means I look at the map. I don't run around and shoot people. So I don't have to
I would suicide because I don't want to even take a second to delay.
No, it makes sense if it's something that works.
Unless we care about our KDR.
Again, and then in this, you don't care about KDR. It's all about the cap. Now the TR are in. The TR have air.
Looks like TR has brought Mosquito. They have the air. It's the first time I'm noticing to see TR owns the aircraft now. One, two, three. How many Mosquitoes do you see right now? I only see 4.
Oh, the North Sunder's gone as well. So the NC have finally lost their spawn logistics, and the game was at its most critical moment in the last 10 seconds because the NC had such a tempo. They had the ground, they had the air. The TR somehow, through sheer grit and determination, managed to get the capture point, buy themselves just enough time, and then someone made the smart call on OP to spawn lightnings, to spawn air, clean off the spawn logistics. This is why the base is being fully saved, because they're getting external base control.
I'm assuming right now that the TR was doing that on purpose with infantry to make sure that they can take as much vehicle control on the
15 minutes remaining in this game.
And then they have full resources, and they're going to try to flip it back on their end right now with their aircraft against their aircraft. But it's...
Yeah, the thing is, the TR trying to pull vehicles, but 4 Vanguards have come from the north, and they're just trying
Never mind, I take it back. That means they did not do enough damage, enough to slow down their nanite respawn. I was expecting to see 0 Vanguards, and it looks like the Vanguards did show up again. This is a rinse and repeat of what we saw earlier. And they're going to lose their 1 Vanguard. It's right now burning. And he's repairing it in time, standing right in front of it. Look at that defensive strategy from 001. 001 is trying his best. He's going to double repair it in time. Look at that. Working together. 001.
Working together, yep. But what you didn't notice is while that was all going on, the TR actually snuck Sunderer past them.
No.
Yeah, it's gone past. Oh, there it is, and it's coming along at Ziggurat.
No.
Stealth 1 has gone past the Vanguards and is now entering the southern.
Oh my God.
But there's a Reaver. Does he see it? It's Stealth. Is it going to be Stealth deployed?
He doesn't see it. It's Stealth. He didn't deploy it.
He
deployed
deploys.
it. There we go.
There we go. So
holy crap.
now they have people on the next base. They have some.
They have another Sunder coming in. Another Sunday I just found.
Well, so,
77 has gone around. He's gone around,
but he can't draw attention to the first one. And he's well, yes, actually, he's a different. He's not Stealth. So he's just kind of stay away.
16 seconds. 16 seconds from here.
On Nettlemire?
On Nettlemire right now. We're looking at the timer right now. And
Nettlemire
is going to be done in 6.
If you're TR, you hit your redeploy now. Or suicide. Once it flips.
1. And now they're going to take out the A point. They're on the A point right now. 0072 is on the A point, and Basher is being flipped. He's flipping the A point now.
Okay, so you're TR, you redeploy. You immediately redeploy or suicide, like you just said. And the NC knows that because they're sending their they're sending the Reavers back.
They have found the Sunder. No, they didn't. Rapid missed it. Oh no, he saw it. Rapid saw the Sunder. The Sunder Bay. He's going right into it. He's like, screw you. I'm gonna come right inside. I'm gonna park right next to you. And Rapid parked right next to the enemy. What is he doing? What is Rapid doing?
Oh, he tried to put mines. Oh, but this is the problem. The Liberator.
And it's on fire. That enemy Sunday is on fire with 10% HP.
This is the advantage of this is why the Sunder Garage is so difficult to attack the space.
Oh, the Vanguards are approaching, and these mosquitoes are ground pounding.
How far the Reavers can be to get a clean line of sight and fire this. You see how the Vanguards can come in and kill this so easily, and the Liberator, dear God.
Oh my God! Talk about freaking combined arms in a nutshell.
This is why attacking Ziggurat is so difficult, because getting spawn logistics on this base is a nightmare if you don't have external base control, which they don't have, because the Vanguards came back, got spotted, they had the Liberator, don't have air, so this attack is done, gone, dead. And you can clearly see that GSG are the superior team, but they haven't got a base cap. So the way that OP is playing means it's coming to a draw.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Great job on your map control, by the way, Farah. Can you tell people how you actually do that?
What do you mean? Like, no sense.
It's so smooth and just like I'm watching like a professional cameraman, you little.
Well, moving the observer camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of told you to reduce the sensitivity to literally nothing. So the camera can't move very fast.
It's great.
Oh, hello. And the Vanguards are back. And they're uncontested. The NC have got themselves a spawn Sunder up. Yep, I can see the stealth distortion. And they're pushing back the cap. And has the TR got anything on Ziggurat? Maybe like one guy.
I'm looking right now. Ziggurat is. I'm going to be following Ziggurat while you pay attention to Nettlemire. I'll let you know about timers. Ziggurat is right now having a huge push. There is nothing at Ziggurat. Nothing at Ziggurat. I apologize. Nothing at Ziggurat. There's a push coming down Nettlemire.
Well, the Nettlemire's flipped. Yes. Wow, there's a lot of AV mines down that they want to. Yes. There's just finally getting rid of AV mines. Dangerous for Maxes. Come on, NC. I'm sure one of you is watching the stream. Pull a Sunderer. Drive it into the base. Make me happy.
I know. I want to see that, but I just don't know how you drive up. There is a staircase at the southern end that will
There's
that
a
has
tree
a
log
block.
to the north, and yeah, but you can lip over the banister.
Oh my God! I gotta start practicing maps if I'm ever gonna be a part of these leagues.
You can also get one Sunder to push a second Sunder, and then there's a nudge, and then you can get over it as well.
Unbelievable. Yeah, this all requires practice beforehand.
Yeah,
and, you can't come to these matches without understanding the map completely. We're talking about map awareness at 100% value will give you that advantage. Just like Fara just described earlier, if you do not have that map awareness, one person knows how to cheese. We're talking about fromage. We're talking about Gouda cheese.
So the don't worry about it. Like we would get our you get these accounts and you can come to Jaeger, and you would get the accounts in advance, so you can actually come to Jaeger and you could scout the lane in advance without having to fight on live and get complete.
Enemy CR has just pulled their mosquitoes, and they're coming in, taking out the enemy air first.
Yep.
Going straight for the Northern Liberator. The Northern Liberator is being taken down. They lost their lib. 0032 and 0033 have lost that Liberator, and now they control the skies. TR is now going to try to make another pull to remove.
Well, they're going to come back and then try and get rid of the. Yep. Sunder's gone.
Sunder, the northern bay is gone.
Yeah.
Can you hack into the southern point? Can you hack into Mulak Foundry and take a Sunder, or is it just like in Nettlemire Gardens that you can't do it because it's next to the spawn? I'm gonna go check right now.
No, Mulak, Genesis. Oh, the bases out of play are out of play. You're not allowed to touch them. But if you're devious.
Wait. You're telling me they're out of play? You can't hack into the southern one?
No, you can't. So Eastern Substation, Genesis Terraforming, Mulak Pass. They're neutral bases. They're out of play. You're not allowed to use them. They're dead, etc. You have to fight.
Oh no, I'm talking about Mulak Foundry. Sorry, and it's just south of it, and then also Zot's Agricultural Lab.
Yes,
can you hack
if
into
you're
those?
smart and the terminal's up, you can hack the terminal and then drive straight up into the southern of.
That's
Nettlemire.
exactly what I was
Yes.
trying to wonder.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
hasn't anybody pulled that off yet? Let me go check the southern one. There is a vehicle bay that is completely open to them. They have not had the opportunity to hack into that
You
bay.
have
and
to
it's not
go
next
there,
to.
and that means you have to fly there, and you have to go past the enemy lines, and it can be sometimes be time inefficient. However, if you had tempo, and if the defenders were all to the north, and you had 3 minutes on the attack of Nettlemire, you could squad beacon, you could get 4 people to get Sunders from Mulak, and you could drive into Nettlemire from the southern approach. Totally valid.
Because that's where you were saying that's how you can get the Sunder on the point.
Yeah.
That's where I would think
and
that you would want to pull your team and try to go
It also follows on to the point.
Sunders onto the 8.
Yeah, it was following on to the point that you were mentioning earlier, that if you have accounts and you go Jaeger and you can be uncontested, we practiced driving Sunders into the space. It's not easy. It took us half an hour to get it down where you could probably do it 1 in 3 attempts. So, like, it's some
no
element
way. If you had to do half an hour
of practice to get a 1 in 3.
If you did pull it onto the 8 point, how much would that basically change the battlefield if you had a Sunder on
Last
8
2
point?
minutes.
In your opinion,
It's
like what
not
is the,
one. You
the
have to get
overall
at least
change?
2. It has to be double proxy.
Sunders, and they have to be double proxy repair.
Yeah, with a different weapon
Holy
range. Or you get double proxy and then
that is
blockades.
not fair.
And
That
the
is
blockade
super
blocks
overpowered.
the entrance
You're
with double
sick.
proxy on the inside. Yeah.
Farah, go wash your hands.
Don't worry. In the Warner
You are
Corona, I'm doing
so
no time.
I would never want to fight you. Just
But
letting you
it
know, right?
works. Like if I get onto the
Oh,
capture
100%
point,
works. Can you imagine fighting you right now with double or proxy on the 8 point? I would be crying inside. You would force my hand to go and pull an entire heavy assault army, or just to just have to waste all of my nanites just to get rid of those 2 Sunders.
Well,
That's
50
ingenious, by the
seconds.
way.
50 seconds. Well, it's you see what we do in other bases, because we haven't had the opportunity. Had we gotten to Mulak Foundry, or had we gotten past Ziggurat into Zot's Agricultural Lab, you can actually drive really, really easily up the staircase into the base. Really easy. So you don't get 1 or 2 or 3 Sunders. You can get 10 inside the building. So there's no air attack, there's no other vehicle attack, and then you just basically have this giant wagon wheel moving around. It's insane. But we've not got to those bases, so don't worry. We're not going to see that.
No. I don't think we're going to go to those bases with 7 minutes remaining. With 7 minutes remaining, how are they going to deal with the tiebreaker?
I think it ends in a draw. I'm fairly certain it ends in a draw.
But if it's a draw, how does that actually add as far as point system for LaneSmash? Do you
I think it's like a
understand
table.
that situation?
I know. This is just the first one I've casted, so we'd have to ask the referees.
Okay, got it. Because I was very confused on how you'd be able to give points over to a win for LaneSmash. Like, how do you get the victory? How do you get the championships?
Well, I'm assuming it's wins, losses, draws, and then it's also points for and against. And TR had 2 or 3 people in a beacon, and they have another deployed Sunder in the North Garage. But it's all for nothing for TR, because the NC came in with a gal drop and restarted the cap timer again on Nettlemire.
Oh my god, so you're telling me you were looking at the Ziggurat. I'm right now watching Nettlemire. Southern Sunder is still up, and 8 point is now being captured. Southern Sunder was being attacked with 10% HP, and now it's fully repaired. They're on the 8 point. A total of how many players on the 8 point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have a whole squad on 8 point. An entire squad and a half on 8 point. Their entire infantry army is almost at the 8 point now. Great job on 040 on taking down 0777.
Thing is, it's
they are
3
now
minutes.
trying to come and kill that southern point. 3 minutes, and you guys have literally 5 minutes remaining. They could take it. This could be it.
5 minutes remaining.
This is like, if not the last attempt, probably the second last attempt. TR could like make a small save and whatnot. The thing is, we know for a fact that TR are not going to take Ziggurat, right? That's just not going to happen. So it's all down whether GSG can finally pull this off. But even if they brought all 24 people here, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, there is a point where the Liberator and the Vanguard becomes diminishing returns. And once it's clear that the base is at the point where if we don't cap it now, we won't do it. I would abandon the vanguards, and I'd abandon the lids.
Abandon vanguards too. I would get rid of the vanguards as soon as possible. This is I would only keep one vanguard in the back. OK Champ's the only one I'd keep. The other vanguards I would just remove. They're right there at 001. If that's,
they're still coming from the Sundra, as you say, onto the south, and
A point has been flipped. No, it hasn't. It has not been flipped. I thought it did. That was
had
actually
reinforcements coming from the south.
Sorry about that. Oh, nice rocket right there from Tech. Tech it with an amazing rocket onto the cement. It did not take it out though.
With the tier getting it. NC
I know, but it's so close. I don't know. They're bringing more NC forces right now. There's 2 max units coming in.
I suppose if you have any resources left, this is the time where you use everything you have. So, precious maxes, yeah. It could be that the tier doesn't have enough explosives or C4.
Would you say OOP has exceptional infantry users? Because if you're already on the 8 point, wouldn't you say you have an advantage in the 8 point, or because it has a 4-way entry system to 8 point?
Well, you naturally have the advantage here because when you're coming in from the sides, you have the high ground looking down into the base, and to be the defender, you have to be on A. It's very difficult to attack this purely as infantry because it's kind of like an infantry killing field. So the skill in infantry gunplay is comparable between OP and GSG. It's just the defender's advantage is so powerful.
Well said. Well said. It looks like these individuals are doing everything they can to hold the upper ground like you just described. GSG is trying to get better ground advantage, and now they're going to go and try to pull it into the A point again. They're attacking from both sides. It looks like 6 and 6 and 6 are going from north, east, and south.
It's too late. The game clock is 2 minutes 40. So, unfortunately, it's a draw. It's game over.
Son of a...
Yeah, I mean, they can try and they can have fun and go for the fight here, but there's just not enough time now to make it work. So it's going to be a tie and a draw.
I want to try. Fair, that was an amazing match, I have to say, right now, from OOP and GSG. They did fantastic work on both of each other, and I learned a lot, basically, as far as tactics are concerned. Fara, can you give us a little bit of background right now? We know the match is over. How long have you been playing this game for, and what is your overall experience being a part of Planetside battles? Because it seems like you know all the cheese. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, this is kind of going on, but like, Planetside Battles has been around since the first year or two, and I was one of the founding members with Dots, but that's not really too important.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes, but this isn't going to go anywhere. And then we did...
The only reason why I'm asking that question is because every single time you actually saw the position, you already knew that they needed to do something ahead of time.
Well, I get to watch. The meta has shifted over time, so I got to watch all the games with the eye that we have of the observer camera, right? And then my mind is always thinking, how can I do better? What could I do differently? And I get to view all these games, so I get lots of experience. And then you get the advantage where you're part of an outfit, and you get to put some of your theories to practice. So there are games where I have squad-led, platoon-led, or force commander-led server smashes, or lane smashes. There was a game where we had Miller Elite side versus, I think it was Cobalt or something, and it was like I don't know, some salty match. Someone asked me to play, and I said, I'll play, but I won't lead a squad. And then they said, well, our squad leader's left. Can you squad lead? Okay, I'll squad lead, but I won't platoon lead. And then they said, our platoon leader's disappeared. Can you platoon lead him? You
no
beeps.
way.
You did this
same
deliberately.
day?
No, yeah, so basically in the last half hour, I made up a game plan. It worked, and we won.
1 minute until round end.
They knew what they were doing. They just wanted me to platoon lead.
Those little...
Yeah.
They're so good. And why don't you like the platoon lead? I don't get it.
No, well, it's easy. If you want to infantry fight or just have a kind of shoot or click, it's simple, it's fun. But when you have to squad lead or platoon lead, then you have to listen to multiple voice channels, and you have to think, and you have to counter the enemy, and you don't get to shoot. You have to sit, and you have to look at the map.
I see. So you like shooting more than platoon lead?
Well, it's just like sometimes you just want to be the guy that shoots the tank or drive around. You don't have to think about anything, you know?
Got it.
Which I'm sure there are many on the TR and NC in this game that liked.
Makes total sense. No, I just see a lot of potential, and I was wondering why you didn't like it. Now it makes total sense. You enjoy that aspect more, and
don't get me wrong.
Just like
there's the academic challenges of platoon leader, what to do, when to do it. But you have to understand that in this game there are 3 levels of gameplay. You have the gunplay at the bottom level, right, gun one.
And that's game. GG to both teams. Hopefully,
GG. By the way, guys, GSG, OOP.
Waiting for stream channel, so you can join the cast.
It's called OP or OP? I'm not sure.
Yeah, GG 0-0.
So
overpowered versus good.
I'll finish my thought just briefly. three levels of gameplay. You've got your shooting in the first level. You've got your tactical play. So if I tell you to attack a base, it's how you attack it. So sunder, crash, cheese. That's where the big thing comes in tactical. But then you have your strategic gameplay, which is your top level stuff. Where to attack, when to attack, how to assist, etc. Blah blah blah. So there's your 3 levels in a crash course. Anyway, let's go find our. They're waiting for interview down below, so we'll wait for the leader of GSG, and then we'll drop down in TeamSpeak.
Roger that. And waiting for interview channel, are these private channels just for these 2 individuals?
Probably, yeah, sure.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Just want to make sure you're fine on your channel. Just kidding.
Okay.
What is that? What was your highlights that you actually took away right now? Do we want to wait for them, or do you want to basically say it right now while we're waiting? My highlight, I'll tell you in this minute. That was incredible.
I liked some of the kind of the ground play. I definitely liked following some of the tanks. I liked it when the 4 vanguards came across, the lightnings, and it was like an oh dear moment for the TR, and they started reversing. I wish I saw some prowlers, and
I know. I didn't see any prowlers. I was really looking forward to seeing how they're going to counter faction-based vehicles, and I didn't see that.
The highlight though was the pressure being applied on the second round by GSG, forcing the cap to the last few seconds. And it wasn't like they got it to the last few seconds, it was in waves. So they got to 3 minutes, then lost, and they got to 2 minutes, then lost, and they got to 1 minute, then lost, and then they got to 5 seconds, and then somehow the tier managed to hold it off and then hold it permanently and then clean up. So anyway, right, let's bring up
I'm looking right now. I'm just basically what do you move your camera on this situation? You want to basically just meet me on the A point of, actually no, in the center. There's a Liberator. You want me there? Just south of the Liberator as Ziggurat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna basically jump out of my observer seat and just sit next to this Liberator. Oh God! What the? No! We're supposed to hang out. I thought we were friends.
That's why you always have /observer macroed.
Bro, these macros, abusive macros. Can we get a report from the streamers?
Oh, they're in the channel. They're in the channel.
How are you doing, guys?
We gotta be quiet.
Hold on, let me fix my little overlay here. Boom. All right, we're all seeing the stream. Well, thank you very much for that game, guys. That was a hell of something to cast. That was amazing. The score does not belay the action. Tell you what, GSG OP, what are your opening thoughts? Tell us what you thought about that crazy game, because that was maddening as a streamer to watch.
I think a neutral draw is about right for that.
Oh yeah, I think
like
both teams definitely were like on the same level, so I wouldn't be happy with anything but a draw at this point. And I'm really happy based on how you guys played this match. Taking a draw from you guys, definitely, I'm happy with.
Yeah, just kept neutralizing each other.
Yeah.
We almost had each other
I
a
have a
couple
lot of
times
excitement
each,
to
but...
basically express to both of you guys on what I just saw, but I would like to hear Iggy's point of view. Iggy, you're from OP. Do you mind if you let us know a little bit about OP and what are you guys actually on main server, and what's the actual outfits combined to make OP? So in the whole frame, because we don't have that data to show that. And I'd also like to know what GSG stands for right after that.
Yeah, so OP is made up from mainly it's Anime and Reapers from Cobalt, and then we've got a few guys from a couple of other outfits like Sanoe, and yeah, there's a few single player outfits and one from Origin as well. But yeah, it's mostly Cobalt.
Fantastic. You said anime? Are we looking at like basically
NMA, New Model Army.
Oh God, thank you so much. I wanted to confirm that because I was about to get super excited. And then help me. Rapid, can you tell me more about what does GSG stand for? It's not like good game, like good salty game. What is going on?
No, it would be GGs, yeah, and on the way around. No, GSLD is on Jaeger as GSG, Guardian Shield Gaming.
Thank you so much.
That's the parent org, yep.
And then, so is it just going to be Guardian Shield players only?
Yeah, it's pretty much, except we do have 5 ringer slots. 3 of them we use for our own GSLD members who joined after May. I think it was May 4th was the cutoff date. And then, so in the other 2, I had 1 player from Recursion, Menace, and then 1 person from DPSO, which was Jade.
Very cool. Thanks for basically
yeah.
throwing those informations out there to help us understand how you guys make these teams. And I'm going to go back to OP real quick. OP, when you came into this match, have you ever played GSG before, or is this your first time meeting them?
It's first time against GSG.
First time against GSG. Yeah. And so have you had an opportunity? What is your amount of data that you had to do on your end to do research? If you did any research or your friends' word of mouth, how did you actually come into this match? or you said, you know what, we don't need to do research on our enemies. We're going to keep doing them, rinse and repeat our tactics. It doesn't matter what it is. I'd love to know your thoughts.
Well, we practiced this lane on Thursday with PTSD, and we kind of saw what we had to do from there. But I mean, in terms of what GSG bring, I know Sanway knows quite. Sanway's our strat man. But,
well,
can I go to Sanway then? I just want to hear Sanway's opinion about how he came into this match, knowing you guys are playing against the Lakers versus the Bulls, like things like that. Like you're playing against GSG right now. What did you do research against your enemy?
First of all, I have to correct Iggy. I'm not the tactic guy. I only collect all the tactics from other people. I didn't make any of it myself. This time it has been Atmos, our vehicle leader, that did a lot of research. He looked at the past matches from GSG and looked on what they did.
Who is that person, by the way? Super smart intel guy.
Sorry, could you repeat yourself?
Sorry, who was the person that did that research for you?
Atmosphere from NMA.
Well done, buddy. You're a freaking genius. Keep going.
And we've been a bit wrong about our research. We expected less people in the air. We had a look at the past matches from GSG. It looked like they only pulled ESFs if they needed to wipe the enemy air, but they didn't have it up all the time. And this time, sometimes we got them wiped out of the air, but most of the time they had air dominance, and we didn't expect that. So our main strategy was to clear the air, to have a possibility for both ground pound and bring G's vehicle into the enemy base. We neglected every vehicle play more or less and wanted to play around our air. The problem here is we have a limited amount of pilots. Most of the other people are not able to fly at all, so we're simply limited in the amount of pilots.
Right, which is what we talked about at the beginning, Archie, about how you do and do without air. Can I ask, the opening plays, like what was your opening strategy? Because you're playing from the north and from the south. I want to know what was your, because like we saw everyone did massive air balls at the beginning. Was there like a follow-up? Because I noticed that, for example, GSG, you had 4 Vanguards and some Sunder play and always had 1 Liberator. Can you guys maybe tell us how you came into this match and started off and what your thoughts were?
Yeah, I guess GSG will take this one first. Really, we wanted to, what we saw from the Voon match when we played this last time is the road control and getting vehicles in was something that we really wanted to do more and we really couldn't have. So that's why we wanted to run those 4 Vanguards, but it was really tough because we really didn't. I don't know if we felt it or if you guys had it, but we didn't really need to. You guys didn't really contest our armor too much. We're just outside of infantry, blasting and air blasting it down. I didn't feel like you guys pulled a lot of prowlers. I would probably say maybe 2. Power drivers on you guys, and you guys just had crazy air. So that second half, we just said, all right, anyone who can fly, go air, because we don't have a lot of pilots, and I think you guys had a lot more, and you guys were rotating pilots in and out of your air squads, really. So even though I think we might have had you guys beat, like if we did it like a 5v5 air duel, I think when you guys pulled every single skilled individual that had air against our air, we wiped out every time.
Yeah, as you said, we had 5 people dedicated to air. We didn't swap them out. They had to stay on the ground for a while to recharge nanites sometimes. But yeah, you're right. We didn't pull vehicles as much because I think we kind of saw it as we didn't really care so much about the road. We were trying to use our air. The strat was to use our air to take out your vehicles, but it never really worked out. So instead, we started sneaking Sundays around, and I think on the first round we had...
I saw that. I followed one of your Sunders, dodging the Vanguards.
That was great.
So dirty.
I was just
Super
shouting
dirty.
at everyone, nobody spawn in, nobody do anything, everyone shut up, and we
Be
just
stealthy.
didn't do... Yeah, we didn't do anything for a minute.
Oh my god.
It worked.
That was
It
so
worked.
dirty.
So
I have a personal question as a GSG. Why didn't you guys put spawn beacons on top of the tree like OP did? OP
Kept
fantastic on the first round.
missing.
the tree, kept missing the
You're
tree.
joking me. Holy. I'm like sitting there talking to Fara the whole time, like, why are they doing that?
I was like,
No, literally every time we went in for a drop on that base, we were just like, drop on the tree. Oh, we all missed again.
that's where the Valkyrie comes in because it just kind of plops in. But yeah, like you mentioned, you did some practice games, some practice time. So I assume you studied the base layouts. You had a look at stuff. I was screaming at Archie, thinking, "Why aren't this is for Nettlemar? Why aren't they putting a Sunder in the capture point?" Because in my days gone by, and admittedly this is like 4 or 5 years ago, you could drive a Sunder into the capture room. Does that not happen anymore in the tree?
Yeah, I think in the for the first round were aiming to, and with their vehicle dominance, they kind of stopped it on the first try. On the second try, we had 4 Sundays coming in, and I think they got a bit mixed up because I asked 2 to go into the garages and then 2 on point, and we didn't manage to get any on point for some reason. But the intention was to drive them in.
Okay, so you guys had that intention. What about you, GSG? Like you guys
we
had
wanted to do
pure
it, but
dominance
they
on
had
air and ground. I'm like wondering why didn't you guys go?
They just had a lot of infantry every time. We didn't have time to set up really a lot of the time because they would redeploy S-24 a lot of the time. You know, they would pull off air once in a while, but they would heavy drop infantry on us. And a lot of times when we were trying to get our Sundays and vehicles inside the base, they would just catch us with our pounds down.
Got it. So you guys do know how to drive onto A point. You're
It's
saying,
just
right?
as tricky.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that,
I'm not
we,
mad.
Me and Fara were assuming that you guys didn't practice to get in. So during the stream, you'll see us say that.
Well, we were like, why is it not happening? But you are true.
Definitely have I had to get a Sunday into every base on this lane. It's just the heat of the moment.
We couldn't get to the other bases because the other ones you can just drive up the stairs. And
oh
be
yeah,
like a million
it's
in the
a
base.
joke. I know, right? but these two, man, if you gotta like nail them perfectly, or you get blasted, right?
Yeah, you need.
They were running
cover
C4 the heavy assaults too. Yep.
100%. What is can I hear it from GSG's point of view? What was the thing that stood out other than the 24-man drops that you were noticing like you didn't expect, or you've seen all these different examples because of how experienced you guys are here?
That air opener.
Yeah, just the fact that they were very ready and very willing to swap roles very effectively, and they were effective in the roles they swapped to.
And then what about you, Iggy? Or Sanway? What was their moves on your part that you were very shocked about?
I think Sanway touched upon it earlier about their air. It was a lot better than what we saw in the previous matches. So we've got quite a dedicated air force, which is mostly made up from the guys that won the outfit wars yesterday. And unfortunately, they just couldn't get it going. With your Beavers taking them out really quickly. So we reverted to sort of ground locks to get rid of that problem. But yeah, that's something we had to adapt to on the go.
Can I ask about resources, nanites? Like, how did you guys find your resource? Because at the end, like when GSG were really applying the pressure on Nettelmeyer and there was maxes, grenades, pizza deliveries, everything was going off, right? The point is that, did you guys feel the resource issue? Were you strained at a certain point? You're like, pull more maxes. We can't. Yeah, just kind of what the question is.
I don't know if OP felt it, but we definitely felt it from the GSG point of view. We're like, okay, guys, they're not pulling maxes, they're not using nanites right now. We have to go all in. This is the all-in point for that. That's such a close last. I think it got down to like 20 seconds or 18 seconds, something low. But we were definitely fucking shouting about it on our end, really. Just go, we got this, go. But damn, they managed to push us off every single time, which was quite impressive.
It was like rolling waves. Like you got them down to 3, then you're pushed off. Then you got it down to 2, pushed off. 1, pushed off, and then you got it to like 4 or 5 seconds. Tantalizingly close. Yeah.
There was
OP, you literally had about, I think, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 or it was 15 seconds. Regardless of it, GSG was about to end it with that 1-point victory on Nettelmeyer, and you guys came in and took it. What was the comms like?
It's generally to try and surround it first, get our conks out, get our EMPs out, make sure no one's
there's the conks that you called about, Fara. So conks. This is crazy. Keep going.
To be fair, I mean, Bash is really good at that. He keeps shouting at us to, start with the conks, do this, do that. So, yeah, we try to time it at the right time. And to be fair, our infantry are quite strong, as our GSGs. So we kind of practice sort of late pushes. So we pick them off as much as possible, then we go for the push.
I was telling you about that earlier, Fara, that I felt like OP's infantry seems to be on point, and that their vehicles and air were lacking. And then it seems like at GSG, because they had air and ground presence, sometimes you were saying, why didn't they remove their vanguards, not use vanguards right now, and their air should be removed to go move into the point. And there's just I think that's where the disconnect happened. They just had 24 on point while they had probably 16 on point from GSG because they had air and vehicles.
That's what we were asking at the end. Like when it got to the last base cap and the last attempt, I was like, you should just bail out the ESFs, bail out the Liberator, bail out the tanks, just send all 24 people on.
Yeah, I know the question earlier was about nanites as well. We weren't too strained. We're not very good with maxes. That's why you didn't see many maxes with us. We're not a very good team with them. But we used a lot of the nanites at the end. I had medics shouting at me saying he's got no resonates left and stuff like that. But yeah, I did try and push him as much as I could in terms of nanite usage. But I think we still had a few left over.
I think you are actually just playing peekaboo.
I didn't know that was you, by the way. It said like Nico on your name. I was like, what? Who's this? But yeah, sorry about that.
No, well, I guess closing statements, because otherwise this interview could go on for days. Anything that OP and GSG want to say to each other, and what about your future thoughts of future games in LaneSmash?
Oh, great match overall, dude. All my guys came out of that pretty satisfied overall with their performance, and also just seeing how OP was moving is going to teach us a lot for the next match that we have against PTSD. And you know, maybe we'll see you guys again. Maybe I get to shotgun Kiki a few more times. I know she really enjoyed that.
Yeah, she wasn't happy with that.
Oh man. It's
Yeah,
incredible to see. It's incredible to see how each of you guys had your own jobs. I saw some people were defending centers. I saw some people basically moving around. It's incredible to see what 24 versus 24 is capable of. It's not just a ball, Zerg ball every single time. Each of you guys had your own personal orders, and at one point in time, when you need to all call, it actually happens. And so I love watching this and LaneSmash and what you guys are all able to do. OP, what about you, buddy? Closing statement.
Yeah, I mean, GGGSG, we really did cancel each other out, coming up with the foils to each of the strats. So yeah, really well played, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Well done, guys. Well done. And I look forward to seeing you. You guys have another match again or no?
Yeah, we've got really tough matches coming up.
Against you and GSG again, I'm saying. You guys are going to see each other again or no?
We'll see how everything shakes out.
Yeah.
Depending on the brackets, how they end.
Got it. Okay, so if you guys do move up in the brackets, both of you guys will succeed and do win, you will be seeing each other again. Is that correct?
Yes.
I did not check the bracket system. That is freaking epic. I'm looking forward to seeing this basically rematch.
To be honest, at least for us, it looks more like we meet at the lower end of the bracket again. I don't know the standings of GSG. I can't say something about that, but we're currently playing at the lower end of the bracket.
GSG is currently 1-1-1, so. But this match will be 1-1-1. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we can leave that to a review that time. So thank you very much for coming, guys. Thank you very much for giving us a fantastic watch. Thank you for Archie for killcasting with me, but as far as this stream goes, it's an end. We're done.
Thank you
We're
so much
off.
for basically inviting me, everybody in chat. I hope you guys had a great time, and everybody from the entire development team, from the referees tonight. We had referees, I believe it was Corrales, Dark, I can't tell what other referees are in the referees channel. Was it Cross John, Dotzer, Halot, Osprey, Relator? I mean, it looks like the entire referee staff is here tonight. There's one more individual I can't read. It says administrator and it's cut off. Maybe because I don't know how to do.
Doesn't matter. Like, it's cool. So we're gonna head off.
Mile. Thank you.
Yeah,
take care, guys. Have a good night, and everybody in chat, have a good one. And Farah, would you like to raid anybody at the very end?
Are we gonna do more of these, Archie? More lane smashes? Do you want to do more?
Yes, please. Thank you, guys. We need more streamers. We need you guys watching these matches, guys.
Okay, so we'll probably do more of this. And just before we go, June the 6th, me and Archie are doing Community Smash, which is what we have watched just now, but bigger over an entire continent. It'll be fun. Anyway, we're off. Bye.